Hey y'all, what's up? In today's episode of Shit I Be Thinking About, this is a message for those of you who ride the funk train on a forever pass. I'm very serious when I ask this question. Are you even remotely aware of how bad you smell? I would surmise that you're completely oblivious, or else you would have made an attempt to correct the issue and not keep going out in public, smelling like a coal truck on fire crashing into a sewage plant. I've encountered many people who commit flagrant olfactory offenses, and normally they're brief, but there are indeed many situations where I cannot escape. Now, it's also cologne and perfume and other bad body fragrances, but today we're talking about stink. There was a kid at work that was so dirty, the wall that he leaned against in the break room has a permanent stain as a reminder of him being there. Now, I made him scrub it down before he left, but there's still like dirt embedded in there from a year and a half of him leaning against that wall. It's gonna need to be repainted. But anyway, his smell was indescribable, and his hair was oily enough to lubricate an excavator. I could honestly make a separate video about him, but the reason that I'm making this one is with something that prompted me last week. There are two bars where I regularly attend karaoke, and let's just say the layout is more of an intimate setting. So needless to say, these rooms cannot readily handle the offensive body odor of anyone who has poor hygiene. In my most recent experience, I got hit twice, and they were within a few minutes of each other. The first guy I thought was an individual who was just terribly liberal with cologne, but it turned out that after the initial fragrant cloud dissipated, the more aggressive odor punched its way through, and it hit me like a salt truck. I'm guessing this dude thought whatever cologne he doused himself with would mask the putrid funk coming off his body, and the leather trench coat incubating the violent bacteria war on his body didn't help. I've been to animal shelters that have smelled better than this guy. I once did a video about what I describe as a Saudi Arabian shower. You need to go out, but you're in a bit of a rush, so you refresh your deodorant and spritz a little body fragrance to get by. But there are rules to this. You have to have showered within the last 24 hours in order for the Saudi Arabian shower to be effective. I'm guessing he's nose blind because there's no way that he could have smelled himself and thought, yeah, this'll do. It probably has been more than a week since his body has had the pleasure of soap and water. How do you accomplish smelling like feet, farts, and rotten teeth all at the same time? The second guy walked in about 10 minutes after him, and so I had very little time to recover. He is a smoker, and his body odor was intensified by the recently finished cigarette. Also, his breath smelled like he licked an ashtray and let a dog fart in his mouth. Not to mention, I'm pretty certain he wears the same clothes all the time. Some things are just noticeable after a few weeks. Coming out looking that dingy shows he doesn't have any pride within himself. And I think his hat actually used to be white or tan. Let's put it this way, it ain't that color no more. I couldn't take it. I ended up moving to an unoccupied part of the room far away from the bar. I was leaving soon anyway. I was like on my third or fourth song. The week prior, there was a woman who really tested my gag reflex. She smelled like shit and sweat, wearing a full-length fur coat that appeared to be blocking the stench because I didn't get the full effect until she took it off. That time, I hurriedly paid my bill and bounced clear the fuck out. Dealing with dry heaves was not my idea of a good time. I have a dog nose, so it's pretty sensitive. So maybe I'm judging too harshly, but it's really insane that people come out smelling bad enough to kill flies. Not to mention, with the cold weather amongst us, funk stays closer to the body. These people still come out smelling like this all the time, so it ain't a one-off. I'm wondering if these people don't really smell themselves or they just don't care. I could go on, but I'm running out of adjectives. Oh, and as an honorable mention, this one is for you, Johnny. Let's just say, be glad that you never met that guy. Anyway, that's shit I be thinking about. Y'all have a good one. Deuces.